Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and taking care of yourself during this time. Here in Melbourne we are still in lockdown. It has extended for another 2 weeks. Situation is getting worse. Let's hope for the best and let's stay positive. So starting with the video, in one of my videos I've got a question. Please make a video on accommodation cost and living cost in suburbs near Melbourne. So I've decided I'm gonna make this video in 3 parts. In the first part, I'm going to be talking about accommodation cost in Melbourne city and in suburbs. And second part, I'm going to be saying about living expenses. And third part, I'm going to show you exactly how to find the accommodation in Melbourne and some different websites which are useful for living expenses, groceries, and just daily use websites which you should know. So let's start. So I'm going to start with Melbourne city first. That is the place where most of the students live and that is the place which has the city vibe. So on average, it should cost around $400 per week for a private room, including bills, which covers your electricity, water, and your Wi-Fi, and basically everything you need. And the maximum price which one bedroom apartment can cost is $600 per week, which is a lot, I know. It's up to you according to your budget. You can decide which place you want to stay at in the city. And moreover, rooms comes in 2 types. One is furnished and another option is unfurnished room. It's obviously depends on you for how long you want to stay in that particular room or that particular apartment. But my suggestion would be, if you haven't been living in Melbourne for a long time, do not get into a lease for unfurnished apartment, because then you'll have to buy your bed, table, chair, washing machine, and so many stuff, which is not a good option if you are looking for a place just to live temporary, or you have just arrived in Melbourne and you don't want to be spending so much on these things because you're not sure if you're going to want them after your lease ends, or you're going to extend your lease for the next whatever years. But again, it depends on your situation. And if you can share room, there are various rooms varying from $150 to $200 per week. And comparing it with the suburbs, it is a lot less expensive living there, because obviously it does not have the city vibes and it is a lot quieter than it is in city. Evening, the crowd outside starts getting very less, and it is very rare when you're hearing any car noise or you're getting disturbed by your neighbors, or there's literally no noise. You have your own space. In suburbs, it can cost you around $200 per week, and your bedroom is more spacious than in city, and you can either include bills or without bills. Depends on the landlord whether he or she is including the bills or excluding the bills. On an average, it should be around extra $100 for the bills. Again, depending on other factors like how many housemates you live with, are you going to use more water, more electricity, then more bills. So it depends on a lot of situations, but on average it should be around $100. If you're living around 2 to 3 kilometers away from city, it can cost you around $250 per week, or even $300 if you're just 1 kilometer away from city, which is just like in the city. And if you move more away from the city, that is like 6 kilometers to 7 kilometers, it should cost you around $200 per week, or it can even cost you $150 per week, again depending on the landlord and depending on the room size and space. But if you go more further from the city, around 12 kilometers, then it should be around $125 per week, with or without including bills. I've seen there are a lot of trade-offs when choosing to live in city or suburbs. Then what I would recommend is, there are 3 main factors which you should decide before making a decision. First is the price. Obviously price matters a lot and I don't need to explain why. And second thing is your housemates. With whom are you going to share the place with? Is it your friends, or are you going to share with a bunch of strangers? Do you connect with them? So to answer those questions, you have to start living with them. And you'll also have to adjust with a lot of things, and because you're going to be sharing the kitchen and bathroom, or basically the house or the apartment with them, so it matters a lot, because apart from your uni or your work, these are the people you're going to live your rest of the day with. And third thing is the location. As I said before, in the city you get the city vibes, and in the suburbs it is a lot quieter. So also with the suburbs, it also has transport cost. We have a Myki card here for taking the train or bus or tram, which cost around $10 per day. Or if you go for the monthly or weekly recharge, it costs a little bit less than $10, but still it costs extra expensive, which you should know before making the decision. And it just totally depends on you. Out of these three things, what you prioritize the most, and which trade-off are you ready to make the decision. So I hope you find an ideal place for you. And now moving on to the second part of the video, where I'm going to be doing the living expenses. So I'm going to keep it short, because in the third part I'm going to show you how exactly you can calculate your own living expenses. So for a brief introduction, if you're eating out, on average it should cost you around $15 to $20. You can manage to get one meal for $10 as well. I would suggest, if you don't know how to cook, it is essential if you know or just learn, because if you're living on your own, nobody is going to cook for you or nobody is going to take care of your body. You are the one responsible for everything and you have to manage it. And so now we move on to the third part of the video, where I'm going to show you how to find the accommodation for yourself. At first I'm going to show you the private rentals, and also you can have accommodation as well on your uni website, or you can just contact them for the accommodation availabilities and everything. And my tip would be, if you're going to start the semester here, just go with the uni accommodation. That is the best place to start your experience in Melbourne first, because you're going to meet a lot of like-minded people there who might be doing the same course as you are and who might be from the same place as you are. How to calculate the living expenses for yourself. I'm going to share my computer screen with you guys, so let's start. I'm going to start the screen recording now. So yeah, it started now. There's this website called Gumtree. Go there and search for rooms for rent, and in the location just type Melbourne CBD. Melbourne CBD is the Melbourne city. You can decide how far you want from the city. As I told you, the far you go from the city, the less expensive it gets. So for now, just to show you, I'm just gonna do the 5 kilometer. And here you can see a lot of different options. This is the fully furnished private room. You can just click on any ad and look at the images they have provided. It's going to be the room. It might be share or it might be private room. You have to check on this one. You can message them and you can book an inspection with them, or even you can book an inspection on video call. You can even see their number, but you'll have to log in, or you can just text them this message. This is the default message, but you can type something about yourself, your uni, how old you are, if you're interested for inspection, which room you're interested for. So this is the website for finding rooms, and this is also a website where you can find second-hand goods or even jobs. So there are a lot of things you can find here. In Melbourne you can see a lot of things: sports, resumes, pets, jobs, baby children, everything is here. Moving on to another website which I'm going to show is the flatmates.com. This is a lot better website in my opinion, because rooms in Melbourne, and just go for search, I'll just see that these are the rooms. I feel like this is a lot more better website, because people who are listing the rooms are paying some amount of money to this website, so they're genuinely looking for someone who is like a great fit. As I told you, it's housemates really matters. And you can even list yourself that you are looking for a room in this place and this is your budget, like these people have. You have to log in and make your own profile. And if you go for this Melbourne, and you see there are the latest property listing in Melbourne, you can see the boosted means they have paid, and this free to message means anyone can message, and this early bird means that you have to pay some amount of money to this website, then you will be able to message this person for this particular week and even see their number. And these are the free to message. Try looking for the free to message first. If you're not able to perfect room for yourself, I would say pay a little bit. Just pay for 1 week or 1 month. Honestly, finding a perfect room for yourself or an ideal place for yourself is not an easy task. It can take months. For me to find this particular place, I got it in around after searching for 2 months, you know. That is a lot of time. And here, if you see, there are a lot of options: rooms in a share house, student accommodation, whole property for rent. Whole property for rent is basically you get the whole house for lease or whole apartment for lease. If you have 2 to 3 people for the share house, then you should go for the whole property if you have friends. But if you don't have, go for room share or even granny flat or homestay, studio flat, share house. You can go for any options. I feel like every option is good. You can go for any option, whatever you like. And here you have to log in and create your own profile where you can list yourself that you're looking for room. And it is actually helpful because people contact you for looking at your profile, and if it's a perfect match, then they might ask you to come for inspection. Now another place where you can look for rooms, it is the Facebook Marketplace. Here you can see a lot of things, but you just write rooms for rent and you can specify the location, price and everything, and you can see there are different various rooms available. You can just message them. Personally, a lot of my friends have found a perfect room for themselves using Facebook Marketplace, so it is actually a good option. And it is also a good option when you're looking for flatmates and you share the house or flat with you. It is very likely that you'll get a room from Facebook Marketplace very easily, because on the websites I've mentioned before, they are very choosy and picky with who they want to sell the room. And even some people have interviews where you go one day for inspection and you see the room, and then you a second day for the interview. So the total expenses should be your rent, your bills if it's not included, and these grocery items. So in total it should cost you around $1,000 per month. If there's anything I haven't answered, please comment your questions and I'll try to answer all of them. I'm just gonna stop the screen recording now. So I hope it helps. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel for more videos, and I'm here to answer all of your questions. Thank you. Bye.